Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop today. We're finally going to put a floor in a go-kart. So first things first, I want to update you guys on what happened with it. It's been a while since I've touched it. And the first thing I did was I ordered ball joints instead of the Heim joints, and right away the steering is just so much better. And because it was so much better, I took it for a test run, where the stones are kicked up through there. I went wide open on the engine and it took off. It took off really good. And I did put everything back to stock, so kind of disappointing.
Not cool, totally lame.
I also did order a 54 tooth sprocket instead of a 48. I mean, the 48 does pretty good for a high end, but kind of takes a little bit to help get it going once it's fully stocked. And that's another reason why I ordered a bigger sprocket, is because I'm starting to chew up the belt. Hey, at least you know it runs. And this is the new floor for the go-kart. It is a big chunk of tread plate aluminum, and I think I can get the main part of the floor done, and I can also try to get between the seat filled in too with this. So I'm gonna get it pulled over to the go-kart, measure it out, cut it, put it in. Alrighty, so 30 minutes later, I got my piece cut, and this whole sheet of aluminum was all mangled up. That little L right there was all bent over, it's caved in right there. It came off of something, but I don't know what. It was scrap. But 30 minutes of cutting, pounding, and sweating, I got that edge mostly smoothed out, and I got it cut to about where it needs to be. So I pretty much have about 2 square edges and 2 kind of weird edges. So this comes a time where I'm gonna have to take this up and down a lot, grind the sides down to make it smooth, do that about 100 times just so I get the right fit. And before I can do that, I gotta cut this like a rib out. And I also have a dent like right down in here I gotta take care of. So I'm gonna get that cut out, and I'm gonna start putting this thing up in place, seeing where it doesn't clear, grind it, put it back up, go back down, do it again. I'll have to smoothen that edge out too because it's a little kicked up, but it's worth it. Definitely worth it.
One eternity later.
About 7 hours later, after multiple times pulling the floor out, shaving it, fitting it, making mounts, shaving it again, drilling holes, getting it mostly mounted in place, taking it back out, shaving this floor once again, it's finally in. What do you mean by mostly in? I gotta get more brackets for the middle, and probably something to help support it. I've been at this for 7 hours trying to get the fit. I think it's a little bit of shaving right down through there for it to actually fit flush. It's not the prettiest install I'm doing on this thing, and has gaps everywhere, but for the most part, you stand far away like I'm doing now, look at it from right about here, it looks good. So if you get an idea right where all the bolts are, there are tabs, there's a brace right here for the seat. I actually welded a piece of metal off the seat bracket. I'm going to be drilling 2 more holes and bolting them down there too. Make another support that's probably spans the whole length of the middle of the floor. That way it gives us some rigidity. But holds up pretty good. And that steering just works fantastic now. Should have did that a long time ago. Now this piece right here is going to be for the actual fill for the seat. I was going to make 2 separate panels, and I realized if I can just unbolt the seat, put that right where the seat mounts, and just make 2 or 4 tabs depending on how I feel, I can use that as a filler panel right between here. And also, since I do have a lot of the sheet metal left over, or the aluminum plate, I'm going to make an aluminum belly pan that bolts in from the back here, folds up, and bolts in right in the front. I am going to do something about this front end. I'm not going to show it on camera, but I'm going to give it a little bit more of a nose. That way I can fit a battery, depending on my length limit, because if it extends over 7 feet, 10 inches, which is pretty much how I feel comfortable with, I can't necessarily do that. So I guess there's no more Flintstone mobile anymore. There's finally a floor. Just sitting in this thing, and it feels really nice. I don't have to worry about my feet going through. It's like I gotta get something for right in there. I had to hammer that little crease in there just so I can clear the steering column. Because, well, if you've been at this for almost 8 hours, you pretty much want to throw a hammer at it and call for the best. I'm probably gonna need to bring the pedals up a little bit because they are kind of low for my liking. I took the master cylinder off because I am going to remake that bracket. But overall, just gonna get a little upper view of it. It looks pretty good with the aluminum floor. Just looking outside, it looks really good. So yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock for me. I'm not going to continue this video on much longer because 1, I haven't uploaded it in God knows how long, and 2, I just wanted to get this done just so I have somewhat of a floor put in. Next, I got to worry about repositioning the pedals, work the throttle, work the brakes. I'll do that filler panel, and pretty much that'll be it to get it running with no problem. Then later on, I got to worry about getting the frame taken care of, bracing it, getting all the little details touched up, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so if you like this video, leave a like down below. While you're down there, comment any questions you have me or about the build. If you have any tips or advice you want to give me, comment down below. And also while you're down there too, subscribe as well, because this thing's just getting better and better. Well, you guys thought I was going to leave you right then and there? Nah. Let's go take a look, see what I did to this thing. Alright, so starting in the front, I did a front wheel alignment. So both wheels are straight. Camber set, caster, can't really set up much, but the toe is all set. Steering wheel is straight too, so that's a major plus. I also remounted the pedals. I moved the brake cylinder outward more, and the brakes work as they should. I did mount the throttle pedal or gas pedal and brake, or not brake pedal. Got that all mounted. Did accidentally drill another hole when I didn't need to, but the way I see it, if this needs to move back more, I can have more throw out of it. All I did was I took this bracket, had a giant slit in it, cut the end off, cut a slit in it. I still need to tighten that up too. Then put a bolt in right here to help hold it in place. And it doesn't move. And I got full throttle. Alrighty, in the back, I lost a brake caliper bolt, so I found one that'll work, and I did space it out. And that is still tight. The throttle cable is mounted on a little rubber isolator I found. Runs up and through here and up to the side right there. And again, still operates like normal. Coming around to this side, I got the 54.2 sprocket. I put it in place. The only thing I had to do, and you guys will see this, I have to remake the motor plate because I had to slot the holes bigger. And it's still mounted strong, but I got to move the plate back and make a new one because it's not necessarily good to my liking, but it'll be good for now. Another reason is that, and it's maxed out. While driving it, it didn't hop a chain or anything. It was under a good load, so that's all right. And also as well, I did order another. This sprocket came with another hub, so I got a hub here and then a hub on the back here, creating a dual hub setup. And I honestly like that. It makes it stronger. So with that fan going, because it is getting pretty warm in here and I had to help some friends out, so I am kind of muddy, I am going to crank up that one coil spring, and also I might wire a kill switch on the steering wheel, just so if something happens you can flip a switch and you can kill it. But I might get to that tomorrow. Also as well, I got to make rubber isolators for the engine to help dampen vibration, because this thing does vibrate pretty good, and the axle does have a very, very bad vibration, which I really can't take care of. Other than that, I'm going to see if I can shoot a little video of this thing running around, doing what it wants to do. I didn't really shoot anything around my house because, one, as I was setting up those ball joints, getting them to work, I didn't want to film that because I mainly want to focus on the floor, but since it does involve this machine, I'll just go ahead and show you guys. And yes, they work a lot better than the Heim joints. One thing that I am going to do is I want to actually put a bigger nose on the front of this thing, just so I can house a battery for one, electronics, and also two, for weight, because this thing is pretty light in the front, and I kind of knew that going in, but I didn't realize how bad it was. So it's going to need some sort of weight up front, and I kind of plan to put a battery up there, but I made it too short. And also as well, like I said in a couple parts ago, if I do get into a collision, I do want that front end to snap off. I just want it to hold up nice and strong, which it is doing, but in the event of an accident, I want it to snap. I don't want it to come folding up or anything. I want it to snap and stay away from me, stay away from the driver's compartment. Anyway, hope you appreciate that. Leave a like down below if you like this video and like how this thing is starting out, because this is getting a lot better. The go-kart's getting a ton better. It's still not done yet. I still got more things to do on it. I gotta add another part of the floor back where the seat is. And once I do extend the nose out, I'm gonna go maybe another 4 or 5 inches to keep under the 711 height limit, so it can fit in the back of my truck. And then make a splash pan for the front, and then add the bracing to the frame. Add the
Watch your profanity
bar is what I'm gonna say, because if you roll this thing, you're not gonna go, oh no, you're gonna freak out. So that's gonna be next, and then seat belts and other stuff. And hopefully we're gonna get paint and then the decals on it. You guys are gonna like the decals. If you have any comments, ask them down below, I'll answer them. A lot of people were actually watching the axle installation video, which has, as far as I know, over 1,000 views right now. So I really, really do appreciate that. That was kind of like the second video in the series. I didn't really expect it to take off. Now it's taking off. So if you are coming from that video and you're watching this video now, go back and watch the rest of the series till this point so you understand what is going on. And also subscribe. I do appreciate all the new subscribers I have coming in. I really do appreciate the support. Hopefully we're gonna get this channel to grow to something better. I'm just doing this low buck and easy for myself just because I just want something to do. So I do appreciate the subscribers, everything out there. I really do appreciate you guys. And hopefully next video, it's either going to be seeing this thing drive around or probably seeing little bits and pieces, and we're going to be working on the front nose next. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. I'm going to clean myself up, and then I'm going to go to bed. So I'll see you guys next time.